As Minsu waited, Kim stared at her from behind the curtain. Jealousy consumed her as she wondered what Sunjin had ever seen in Minsu to be so drawn to her. She considered herself far superior and couldn't understand why he had chosen Minsu over her. Just as she was about to step out from her hiding place, the receptionist returned, forcing Kim to retreat into the shadows once again. The receptionist smiled at Minsu and informed her that she could now go in and start fitting. Concerned, she asked if someone would be coming to help her choose a dress. Minsu reassured her that it was unnecessary since she had a good eye for fashion. The receptionist offered to assist as well, which Minsu gratefully accepted before proceeding to the fitting room. A few moments later, Minsu emerged wearing a wedding gown. She walked over to the mirror, gazing at her reflection in disbelief. It felt surreal that her childhood dream was finally coming true. She recalled how, as a little girl, she would slip into her mother's shoes, drape herself in a white cloth, and pretend she was getting married. The memory made her chuckle softly. With the wedding only weeks away, the realization that she was about to become a bride filled her with excitement. Behind the curtain, Kim watched in silent agony. Seeing Minsu in the wedding gown sent a sharp pang through her chest. The fact that the man she had loved for so long was now marrying someone else shattered her completely. Overwhelmed with rage and hatred, she reached into her bag and pulled out a sharp hairpin. As she clutched it tightly, sinister thoughts filled her mind. If she acted now, she could end everything once and for all. Just as she prepared to step forward, Yuna entered the store. Kim quickly hid again, peeking from her hiding spot as Yuna approached Minsu. Admiring the elegance of the dress, Yuna complimented her, saying she looked as radiant as a blooming flower. Minsu smiled and thanked her, grateful for the company. When asked if she was satisfied with the dress, Minsu admitted she was still undecided. Encouraging her to try on another option, Yuna assured her she would wait. While Minsu returned to the fitting room, Yuna wandered around, admiring the various wedding gowns. She smiled at the thought of herself walking down the aisle toward Wubin. However, as she checked her phone, she noticed that Wubin had not replied to any of her messages. The thought dampened her excitement. Minsu soon returned wearing a different dress and asked Yuna for her opinion. Yuna enthusiastically praised the gown, expressing how stunning it looked on her. Minsu studied herself in the mirror and admitted she liked it too, though she would need to decide between the two options. Yuna reminded her that it was her special day and encouraged her to choose whichever dress made her happiest. She excitedly mentioned how she couldn't wait to officially call Minsu her sister-in-law and spend more time together. Minsu smiled warmly, expressing that she had always considered Yuna family. Holding her hand, she asked if Yuna would be her best lady. Without hesitation, Yuna accepted, confessing that she had been waiting for Minsu to ask. To celebrate the fitting, Yuna suggested they go out for lunch, which Minsu happily agreed to. She excused herself to change back into her clothes before they left the store together. Watching them walk away, Kim stepped out from her hiding place, seething with fury. The receptionist approached her, handing her an envelope containing the payment for a dress and asking if she wanted to count it. Dismissing the offer, Kim took the envelope and walked out. After the board meeting, Sunjin returned to his office, only to find Wubin sitting at his desk. Teasing him, Sunjin remarked that it hadn't been long since he became CEO, yet he already looked exhausted. Wubin casually responded that, despite the short time, he had made significant progress and was simply taking a break. He then mentioned that he had cut ties with Kim's company and jokingly reminded Sunjin that he practically owed him his life for the favor. Sunjin smirked, replying that if it were possible, he would gladly give him his life in return. Their laughter filled the room before Sunjin asked Wubin to be his best man at the wedding. Wubin playfully insisted that he had no choice and would have taken on the role even if Sunjin hadn't asked. Sunjin chuckled, calling him crazy. Congratulating him once again, Wubin added that the only thing left was for Sunjin to make him an uncle. He teased that Sunjin and Minsu would have beautiful mixed-race babies. Slightly flustered by the comment, Sunjin dismissed him, claiming he needed to work. As Wubin left, Sunjin curiously picked up his phone, staring at his reflection on the screen. He wondered aloud whether he and Minsu would truly have adorable children, smiling at the thought.